everyone. I just wanted to start off by saying happy Easter to you all. This is a very memorial day. It's something to celebrate. This is the third day after Christ had been killed. He was resurrected. He died for our sins. How blessed we are. And it's a time for celebration. It's a time for appreciation. It's a time for remembering. And I just wanted to acknowledge that. And I hope that you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Easter, that you're amongst those that you love, care about, and that you're celebrating, you're eating, you're appreciating. And let's not get caught up in the season, but let's get caught up in the reason. Educate your young children, educate family members, loved ones on the reason that we celebrate this day. So, on that note, what's up, grown folks? I'm out trying to go to a couple of stores, and you know what? Quite a few of them are closed today, and that's okay. But you know, Starbucks was open. Starbucks was open today. I didn't get no coffee. I didn't, y'all. I didn't get no coffee. I did stop by there though. They have this shit. What is it called? Hibiscus, berry lemonade hibiscus. It's like a refresher, and I have been trying those. They give you a little but you don't have all that added stuff that coffee gives you, you know, but you do get a little rush. It's something like an energy type of boost drink, but it's really refreshing and it's good for, you know, nice warm days and when you don't want to do too much. But anyway, I wanted to go live because I wanted to remind you guys today my Donna Smith talk show Grown Folk is not going to be happening in observance of Easter and everyone who's celebrating, cooking, eating, relaxing, and things of that nature. We're not going to do the show, but I did say I would get on here and say hello. Hey, hey, I was supposed to do this last night, y'all. Yes, I was, but I got sleepy. I got sleepy. It's all they want to come on there sleepy. So today is the day I'm gonna give you a little something. And so I want to remind you of that. We will be back on with the show going live April 11th. I'm on YouTube Live on this channel right here. Like it, share it, subscribe. I'm also doing a Zoom Live for those who like to be up close and personal in that way. But if you want to just do the live commenting and being a part of it, that's cool too. Just come on and be a part of it. You know, we have some interesting topics, sometimes some interesting guests on the show that bring some really good, um, interesting conversation that is very thought provoking, and they bounce off each other and make it do what it do, and it's lovely. The last show we had last week was really nice. You guys gotta excuse me. See, this is my refresher. I'm about to take a sip dip, and you see the berries in there. It's nice fresh berries. It's a little bit of lemonade. It's good. It really is good. Okay, now back to what we talking about. So let's just get into this. I was talking to a friend yesterday, talking about, you know, relationships, talking about this new age dating. This new age dating out here. And, you know, it's scary. If you are single, ready to mingle, and you step out into this sea of piranhas, frying pan, whatever you want to call it, it is totally, totally different. And a point I brought up, I mean, I've been single for quite a few years now. Um, at first, it was by choice. Now it's just, you know, pretty much waiting on that right connection, that right person for me and me for them. And then I'm all in it to win it. But I'm, you know, not being picky, but I know what I want, I know what I need, I know how I need it now. So, God allowed me some time to just kind of chill for a minute, to get into myself, to get into my passions, to focus on things that I hadn't had a chance to focus on before. And one of the points I had made in the conversation yesterday was, you know, I had always been one to hop out and hop into something. Every time I turned around, it was a new relationship knocking at the door, and everything was cool. And it was like, okay, let's, hey. Not that I was looking for it, it just happened. And before you know it, you haven't given yourself a chance to really woosah and get in tune with yourself and understand why the last relationship didn't work out. Because it takes two. It takes two. We always, want to blame somebody. You want to point the finger. It makes it feel better. It makes it, more um, lightweight on our conscience when we can say, well, man, they did it. They the one made. I mean, you do have those situations where it is totally not your fault. You may walk in to your home and catch your spouse in the bed with John Boy or Lisa Sue. And that wasn't your fault per se. They just felt like getting their thing on, thought you wasn't gonna be home for a while and use your bed in your house. Man, that's a topic for another day. But I can't imagine going through something like that. I mean, whew. But that's not your fault. We all are responsible for our actions. So, stop pointing the finger, stop blaming. Stop doing all that because it takes two. It's something you did that caused a domino effect. It's something they did that caused a domino effect. It's something you're still doing that's causing a clash. We all should be accountable. So, back to the topic. We was talking about new age dating. And it, compared to, say, let's say 10 plus years ago when I was, married and involved in something really serious, and came out of that and came into this, it was whoa. I'm like, what happened? And that was 10 years ago. I'm like, things are different. They don't do what? They do what? They don't what? Why? And it's not like it's one person. It's a system thing. It's because I'm a woman, I'm talking in terms of, how some of the men, how things change. We touched on yesterday regarding, I remember how refreshing it used to be just to have elongated telephone conversations. Y'all remember that? When you would be into somebody and they would make you feel all warm and fuzzy, and you would have your telephone conversations and you would literally fall asleep on each other. Literally. Ain't talking about nothing. Just baby this, baby that. What's up? This, that. And then you hear somebody snoring. You will fall asleep on each other. Um, you wouldn't be out of touch with what's going on with the other because every day you're touching bases. So you can hear in their voice, you can hear, their spirit talks to you when it's the issue, and you're on it right away. You're now we're so bombarded with the ability to text. Everyone's busy. Everyone got things they're doing, caught up, tied up, and it's easy to just pick up your phone and, how you doing? Thinking about you. And that's okay. That's good when you gotta go there. When you just gotta go there, it should be the exception and not the norm. Um, and then it depends on the two individuals. You may have two busy lifestyles and you get it in when you can, but when you can pick up that phone and holler, you should do that. Because hearing a person's voice, connecting with them in that way makes a difference. At least for women, it does. Some men probably could take it or leave it. They rather text you than hear you do this. Rah, 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 rah. Because they say we talk too much anyway. But communication is so important. But we talked about how things totally changed with how it used to be and how it is now. Everything is so rushed, everything is so short. Um, there's a lot of spontaneous reactions to things, and that's okay because sometimes that brings upon excitement. But it's hard to plan things. I had mentioned talking to the person about how it's so hard to say, hey, in 2 weeks, let's go do this, that, because you don't know what a person's schedule is going to be from day to day, or they'll plan something with you and then they can't do it because they're overwhelmed and they're tired, and we just can't make that happen. So a lot of people don't want to commit. They just like spur of the moment, give you a call or text, hey, you available, you want to take a ride, you want to go, let's go to Half Moon Bay and go out to the beach and turn around and come back, whatever. Let's just do it. I mean, it's hard to not do that sometime based on your schedule, but it's a difference. I remember, men and women used to plan dates. They used to take turn. She would come up with an idea, then he would come up with an idea, and they would go and they would spend that quality time. And I'm gonna tell you, nice drives, um, it's really, really good. It's bonding time. You can have your quiet moments. You can have your connecting moments. It helps you really kind of do something up close and personal with one another to connect. And it's your little bubble. Excuse the noise. I'm in the car, y'all. I'm in the car. Cars is driving by and I'm enjoying the sun. But back to what I was saying, you have your little bubble that you're in. It's you, it's them, it's no disturbances. You may have your phone turned down, you may have your phone off, it may be on vibrate because sometimes emergencies happen and you want to stay connected. You got kids, grandkids, whatever the situation, you want to be able to be reached. So you may have it down where it's not a true interruption, but you have that time to connect in that way. It's hard to get that now. It's hard to get that. I mean, people are so rushed and hurried that it's just about, hey, I don't know. I just don't have the time. I like them, but I can't get with them. And so what happens? The interest turns off. And, you know, they become more focused on something else or someone else or whatever, because they're not getting that interest from you. And a mature grown folk person understands when one has their hustle and their lifestyle and they're doing what they do. We understand. I got mine. I mean, sometimes I can't come up for air. It's this project, that project. I'm writing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's hard. But then when that person is totally important to me, or I'm totally vibing and feeling them, I'm going to make some time. I'm going to carve out a little bit of time here and there so that they'll know that I'm making an effort and that I am totally interested. So we was talking about that, and from a male's perspective, because it was a man sharing their thoughts about this, they were saying, it's kind of hard when a person, say for instance, if a man is vibing a woman and he wants to get into her, but he hasn't really spent any quality time with her, but he's really feeling her. It's hard for him to connect and know the type of woman she is, and vice versa, when you haven't spent that kind of time. Because you could talk on the phone, you can text, you can send emails, you could do all that, and you'll have a certain tone and connection with a person that way. But when you do it on a more personable level, and it doesn't have to be sexual because that could come later, but when you do it on a more personable level, you get to know the inner person, the heart condition of a person, the character of a person, their moods, their temperaments, their likes, their dislikes. You become more connected with that, and that helps you determine if you do want to take the time to move forward, getting to know them more. You see what I'm saying? So the gentleman was making the point that, it's hard for a man to understand or connect to a woman unless he gets totally connected with her, with spending that time. So If they don't know, they don't know. They can have a diamond in the rough right there and just don't know yet. And then you have those who do know. They know that you're a good catch. They know that you're a good man or a good woman. However, they take for granted that goodness in you because they know that's the character of you, and you've always been there, being good for them, being there, being supportive, being this. And so they shy away from doing more. They shy away from really pursuing you and making an effort because they know your heart. You're gonna do what you do anyway. So they get a little complacent. They know they get lazy and complacent. But I'm here to tell you, grown folks, even when you say I do, even when you're just living with someone, even when you're dating, even when you're trying to get to know, it's about the consistency. You have to be consistent and you have to give what you want in return. See, a lot of people will sit up and talk about or express what they want. Well, I want a man to do this, and I need a man to do that, and I want him to be all into me, and I want him to be, complimenting me, and I want him to da da da. They say all these wonderful things, but they're not putting it out there. Men need that too. And vice versa. A man talks about what he wants in a woman. She needs to be accommodating. She needs to, take care of my needs. She needs to know how to cook some. She needs to keep a decent house. She needs to, and you go over to his house and it's a junk pen. Or, he never cooks a meal for her. Or he never say, well, I'm gonna come on over there and I got this and that and that, and you just sit back and let me just spoil you tonight. He doesn't put forth that effort. So it takes two. It's a balance. And you gotta remember, the same thing it took to get your baby hooked is the same thing it's going to take to keep them. And I had to quote that because it is absolutely 100% true, true, true. I know at some point, before you became grown, some point, we all have had a time where we do, and we make it happen in the beginning. Then we wheel that person in. We wheeling them in like we do that big fish from the deep ocean that we just caught. And once we get it, we don't know how to slice it. We stop trying to cook it and fry it. We stop trying to marinate it, season it, put a little oil on it. We stop doing all the things, the fertilizer, the things that's needed to help this thing sprout, because we feel as though we got it. We did all the work. We ain't got to do no more. Is that true? That's not true, right? Because look at those who have been in a situation as such, and they wheel it in and they stop. They either are no longer with that person, or they're unhappy as hell in a dead situation. And to flip it a little bit, let's talk about that. Being in a dead situation. I mean, you have tried, you have talked, you have cried, you have put it out in a way that, man, you just don't have nothing else to put out or give, and this thing is just flat dead. But you stay in it. Some people are just not into wanting to throw in the towel so easily. So they'll stay in something with hopes that it will flourish into something that they need, desire, and want. And a lot of times, it doesn't. Why? Because you can't change someone. You can't make them be what you want them to be. It has to already be that connection and that person for you, and vice versa. And then you sprout and grow as a unit together for whatever reasons. You're growing in love, you're growing in business, you're growing in ambition, you're growing in your destiny, you're growing in your mental connection and capacity for one another. I mean, the growth starts when you both come together and want to work together and make that happen. So when you're in a situation in the beginning and you don't see that, or they constantly are non-supportive, feeding you with negative words of they call inspiration, but it ain't. They say it's something that I'm just letting you know because you could be doing this or you could do that, or you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that, and I don't like that and I don't like that. They're constantly bombarding and beating you down with negativity, but let them tell it. They trying to help. That's another topic. But you know from the beginning that the situation is not working. They're not making you feel what you need to feel. Now, there's certain things you need to feel automatically, where it comes from somebody else or not. That's why you got to get yourself, your house, your own house in order before you allow somebody in to help complement what you've already built, and then you start building together. But they have to be the right fertilizer. They have to be the right seeds that's sprinkled to help things flourish. And if you see that early in your relationship, you thinking that it's going to change as time go on, boy, bye. Girl, goodbye. Because it ain't going to change. They say, the old folks we say, if it looks like a duck is a duck, if it quacks like a duck is a duck, however that saying go. Quack, quack, look, duck, duck. It is a duck, okay? And we have got to stop trying to fix people. And we was talking about that yesterday in this conversation as well. People get involved and they already know what they got. They already know the blessing and the beautiful, tender person that this person is, but they're not sure if they can deal with that themselves because of the person that they are, or that they're willing to only give 20% and this person is giving 85%. Something wrong. Something is wrong. And it has to start when you come together. And things have changed so much. So those of us who are out here, who are in the dating world, who are, if someone cleared that up with me, I was always one to think dating meant we're dating, we're together, we're an item. Dating is getting to know if you want to be in a relationship with a person. So going out on a date or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 don't mean you in a relationship with a person. I remember some years ago, once we started saying we was dating each other, we was dating each other, okay? It was me and you and me. That's what it was. But no, that's changed. The telephones has changed. Cell phones have changed. Now people are doing, I don't have an iPhone pretty much. I got a smart ass phone. That's what it is. It's a nice smartphone. It does what I need it to do. But people who do that FaceTime and calling and all that, I see you, hey boo, boo, da, da, da. They got these in these phones now. And they are, maybe that's close enough. Maybe a phone call and being able to see each other is the same as, calling and talking. We didn't have that back then. We didn't have where we could see each other. You had to hear each other. So talking on the telephone is definitely changed. Being proactive in pursuing someone has taken a different turn. Whether it's the man pursuing or a woman pursuing. And usually, the man is the hunter. He's the chaser. He's the one that likes to hunt and capture his prey, and then is on from there. He wants to know that the woman is, in fact, interested, No, she needs to let that be known before he put all this energy and effort. But once that's established, he's at it when he's into it. Now, if he can't be into it because he got other things he's tied into, he should communicate that. If he would like to be into it, but he needs to finish some things he got to do first, whatever, he should communicate that, and vice versa. She should communicate that. Stop, stop stringing people on and making them think that it's hope to build something or have something or get to know something further, and really is no way in hell it could happen at the time. No, let's be real. And so these were some of the things I was talking about yesterday. I wanted to bring that to the forefront to you guys because relationships is real, dating is real, and marriage is extra real. But when you are out here, and we do have some things working against us right now because of the pandemic. So it's been a little bit more complicated to do a lot of things that you would have normally been able to do, like concerts and, going to the fairs and stuff like that. And things are gradually starting to open back up and happen. So we hope that we'll have our concerts and stuff moving forward. I can't wait till the movie theaters open back up because I love getting my little popcorn, and some of these theaters a little drink and getting reclining back in my seat and watching a good movie, especially with somebody that you want to watch it with. I love that. So it has put a damper, but look, folks, we can still connect. You can still go places. Wear your mask, sanitize your hand, go out. You can take walks, you can take drives. You can go to the mall when the movies come up. You can go to the movie. There's, you can make a little picnic, go to the beach, go to the water, sit out, get you a pizza, get you something, get you some refreshers. Take that stuff, sit down and talk. Connect with the person that you are feeling and vibing. And I hope this message has touched someone today. I wanted to just give you guys a little something. And I got to get to what I got to do because I got some food and stuff like that waiting. And I can't wait to go by my family's house and get a little bite of something. But I also wanted to remind you guys, my book, Seduction of the Hidden Diva, is on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, everywhere. Go online. Make sure you get you a copy of it. It's also available with the ebook. You can get it either way, hard copy, ebook. You can also get a copy from me. It's some delightful, wonderful short stories that you grown folks will enjoy. And my CD, Come and Get It by Donna Smith, that's some hot stuff. Hot, when I say hot, I got some tracks on there that, yeah. And as we speak, I'm working on that next CD, so look forward to it coming out. I'm hoping that we'll get that done before the summer. That's my goal. But anywho, this is your hostess with the mostest, Lady D, aka Donna Smith, sprinkling some love and some grown folk talk with each and every one of you on this Easter Sunday. Remember the reason and not the season, and love those loved ones. Hug and kiss and appreciate someone today, because I appreciate you. Have a great day.